Local Celebrity Entrepreneur Interview with Dave Sloan from On the Hook TV. Background information. Dave created, produced, and starred in his own saltwater fishing TV show on NESN called On the Hook TV. He was born in Framingham, Massachusetts, has a wife named Carrie and two sons named DJ and Jack, and his passions are his family, fishing, hockey, lacrosse, and media production. How did you come to be an entrepreneur? When I was young, I always had an affinity with the camera and thought it was fun to film my friends and to be on camera myself. I grew up working as a painter for my father, and when I met my wife, she was in a professional industry and I thought that I had to better myself for her. So I got a job at Fidelity Investments. I went from working as a blue-collar painter to a white-collar investor and realized that I didn't fit in either profession, so I decided to start my own company. When I worked at Fidelity, I began to think that I had the passion, creativity, and drive to create my own business. The two quotes I live by are find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life, and if you want something done right, do it yourself. So I found out that I loved working with cameras, loved being creative, and thought that I could become a producer of my own TV show. I found a gap in the fishing TV market and filled that niche with my own TV show. What do you consider to be your greatest achievement? My greatest achievement was the show. I came home from work and would grind until the late hours of the night, creating and writing my own show, which would consist of me taking celebrity guest fishing, then taking the catch to local celebrity chefs to prepare the catch, which I would call hook and cook segments. I called many networks and finally got an interview with NESN over the phone. I took J.R. Redmond, a Patriots player, out fishing to film a pilot, sent it to NESN, and they said, "Great, go get 13 shows to film your first season." David was awarded a Telly Award in 2007 for creating his own commercial, which sponsored Russo Marine and Clay Cars. What's your most memorable experience as an entrepreneur? Fishing with NHL All-Star and MVP Tim Thomas of the Boston Bruins, and also fishing with Hall of Famer Wade Boggs, who played for the Boston Red Sox. I cooked with Todd English, Ming Tsai, and Jacques Pepin, who are all world-renowned chefs. What did a day in the life consist of when you were doing the show? As an entrepreneur, you wear many hats. Some days I was a sales guy, calling sponsor companies, charter companies, sports teams, chefs, and restaurants. Other days, I would be a producer, doing pre-production work like setting up travel, hotels, and meals. Then there was post-production, which consisted of working with editors to create the actual show, commercials, graphics, and interviews. And the best days were the days where I could go fishing and actually film the shows. Some of the sponsors for the show were Evinrude, AFCO, NESN, Clay Nissan, Maui Jim, Crocodile Bay Sports Fishing Expeditions, Boston Whaler, Daiwa, Shimano, and Russo Marine, to name a few. What's the single most important reason for your success? True passion for the show and fishing. Also the desire to create the best fishing show on TV. People recognized that I was really having a great time. What was the tipping point for your business? Season 1 was all learning and nerve-wracking. Season 2 was the tipping point. I started being recognized around New England and had my sponsors. Now that I had some clout, everything started running more smoothly. What's your least favorite part about being an entrepreneur? Being a perfectionist. Nothing is ever good enough. You always feel like you can do more and do better. I've never worked harder in my life, but I've never enjoyed something in my life so much. How does being an entrepreneur affect your relationship with your friends and family? It made it better. People looked up to me after they would see me on TV, but my true friends kept me grounded. I was able to bring my family to amazing places and do amazing things with the show. I would even bring my kids to meetings with me. Because I was working from home, I was able to build a fantastic relationship with my young children that carries on even today and will carry on throughout the rest of my life. Looking back, what's one thing you would do differently? I probably would have hired some salespeople sooner than I did so that I could have approached a national network. Some more celebrity guest appearances on the show were Joe Thornton of the Boston Bruins, Tim Thomas of the Boston Bruins, and Wade Boggs of the Boston Red Sox. Thank you, Dave.